Morning, everybody. Appreciate y'all visiting in today. It's Saturday morning. It's a few minutes after 6 a.m. It's still not completely light out. That's why I got the interior light on. It's just now starting to get light enough to see. Just want to start my day today with a nice little, just a short little hike through the woods. Just to kind of get the day going, get started, get a little exercise. Got a good bit of stuff to get done today. Got to get a couple new tires. Just a couple. I need 4, but I can only afford 2 at a time, so I'm getting 2 today and 2 next week. Pick up some parts for the truck. I haven't shown y'all the entire truck. I'll try to do that at some point today and put it in this video. I mean, the outside's rough. It's got a lot of rust. Needs new rocker panels. Needs a new cab corner. But you know, it is what it is. It's an old beat up truck. It's made for being a truck. But I would like to get the interior. Like, I need the new cup holders that slide out. Mine are the ones that came with it. They were broke and off track, and they won't go in and out, and they don't stay in. So I may go to a pull apart today, see if I can find those. Got to do some grocery shopping. I'm going to try to get on some meal prep, 3 to 5 day out meal prep. Probably go get something to eat after I got done with this little walk. Well, I'm going to get my tires first. I don't intermittent fast on the weekends. I break it up 4 or 5 days throughout the week, but on Saturday and Sundays, and sometimes Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, I still don't eat your, every 8 hours or whatever people think. It's, like, it'll still be a good 12, 13 hours for my last meal to my first meal of the day by the time I get around to eating. But I'm not as disciplined about the time window on the weekends. But it's starting to get a little bit of light. It's not quite sunrise, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the truck, and I'll try to get a little bit of a video of going through the trail I'm going on and see if we can't find something pretty to look at, and try to check back in throughout the day. All right, see y'all in a minute. Well, it's a little dark through here today. Still, sun's not completely up, so it's still a little shady on this trail. But it's opening up there ahead. Haven't been back here in probably 15 years. 20 years. But if I remember correctly, it's a nice little spot. Right here, comes out on the water. Not too bad of a trail, not too steep. Of course, enough to wind me, being as heavy as I am, but just because I get winded doesn't mean it's a struggle. Well, there's some critter tracks. Some big old birds flying. And that's the thing about it. A lot of people mistake me getting winded as being done. I can keep going way past out of, being winded. I'm not even out of breath. It's just I breathe heavy, and that's what happens, when you're weighing over 500 pounds. You breathe heavy. I'm going to be breathing heavy till I get down below 300 pounds. And even then, I'll still breathe heavy, just because I'll be pushing myself harder. And here we are. Not a very long little walk through the woods. Not a bad little trail. But still pretty rewarding. You can see down the beach there. I say beach, I call it a beach. I call anything a beach when the water comes up on it. But nice little area. Across the lake over there. Got a fella down there. I don't know if y'all can see him. I can see him. He's getting a little fishing in. You can see back up where we came from. They're not too steep. Nothing my big butt can't handle. I'll switch over to my other camera here in a minute. It takes a lot better pictures. Believe it or not, this is what you're looking at right now is a GoPro, and it's on top of my head. So you can see I'm watching it through my phone. But I'll switch over. I get way better pictures with my other camera, way better video actually too. But I just like the GoPro. It's convenient, and it does a darn good job. It takes some darn good pictures. But man, I love the water in the morning. Love the water anytime, but really love the water in the morning. It's about 6:32. And the thing about it, I don't think we'll be able to see the sun. Look, I got some birds over there. A little bit of action going on. I don't think we'll be able to see the sunrise from here though. I think it's, the sun should rise that way. That way. We don't have a view. And I guess I could take my britches off and walk out into the middle of the lake, but I think I'll pass. I think I won't do that. I think I'll just settle for a little bit of walking around, seeing what's going on. Got some shells right there. Need some people tracks. Now I said this is probably boring for most of y'all, but you know, it's what I'm doing today. Man, a lot of shells here. Look at that. You think he's at the beach. Well, I guess technically you are at the beach. I don't know, I'm getting farther down, getting closer to be able to see where the sun comes up, but about run out of how far we can walk without getting like, you know, super crazy physical. What do y'all think? Y'all want to see more videos like this? More of getting out and about? Somebody chastised me on my Instagram for, you know, putting up firearm videos, which I'm not going to change that. It's not going to happen. I'm a very staunch supporter of the Second Amendment. Firearms is a lifelong hobby. I've been shooting since I was 4 years old. But they're like, put more fitness stuff up. So, I mean, this is kind of intended to be fitness related, you know. I mean, I actually got out, did a little hike this morning. I mean, I didn't video the whole thing, of course. And now I'm just rambling. But, I don't know. I'd like to kind of mix in, say, fitness stuff with, you know, other stuff. It gets boring just so. All right, so I'm back to the truck. You know, there was the woods I just came out of. I've already changed clothes. I just threw a pair of spare clothes in here. I didn't want to go doing my run around and shopping and stuff in the same clothes I wore out in the woods and all dirty and everything. The GoPro just kind of cut out on me as I was talking about switching it over. So I did switch over to the other camera and took a little more. I don't know how I'm going to edit it in. As y'all know, I suck at editing, but I'll get it all in there. Anyway, fixing the head and let's go to Walmart, get a couple new tires. Thanks for riding along. Alright, so I've made it to Walmart. As you can see behind me, Tire Center. Look, there's going to be a little bit of a wait, which, I thought getting here right at open it wouldn't be, but still some people here before me. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm doing today. Let me spin it around so you can see the truck. So here's the truck. There's the cab. I said it's messy. There's that missing cup holder I said I need to replace. There's my pack. Nobody's ever going to accuse me of not being prepared. There's my GoPro mount, which y'all see when I'm talking on the road. Manual 4-wheel drive on the floor. I told y'all there was some rust. You can see there. Well, let me open the door back up. You can see there. Tires I'm replacing today are the rear ones. You can see they're kind of getting bald. They spin 4x4. Got to replace this. Of course, the tailgate's rough. This tire isn't as bad, but I'm not going to replace just one. Like I said, I wish I could afford to replace all 4. Some more rust right there. I haven't even really looked at this rocker panel because I don't ride on this side, and this door's locked. One thing I miss, and it's something that I went most of my life not having, is keyless entry. So my last 3 or 4 vehicles have had it, so I kind of miss it now. Yeah, you can see those rockers are really bad. I'm going to get some slip-ons and cut those off. Replace them. Then front tires, they're not great, but they're better than the rear. And here's the front. Said she's dirty, she got some problems, but she runs good. She tow hooks. And need to get that replaced too. Anyway, let's go in here and get started on these tires. I'll see y'all in a little bit. So here's the new tires. They weren't exactly what I wanted. And there was an issue, but some BF Goodrich rugged terrain. I'll tell you about the issue here in just a little bit. So let me tell y'all about these tires. I went in there and wanted some good all-terrain tires. Not any like super aggressive, because these are, daily drivers, on the road, but I wanted something that got off-road a little bit. They perform okay. And so, they got this new thing where you don't even walk in now. They stop you and tell us what you need. So this girl, and you can tell she's fairly new, was trying to sell me tires standing outside in the parking lot. And so eventually I'm like, no, let's just go inside. Let's put our hands on the tires. And like I said before, I'm poor. I'm broke. I'm only buying 2. Bought, because I'm done. Bought 2 today because I couldn't afford all 4, and I really couldn't afford the 2 that I bought. But we go in, and she's like, okay, these are 90, and they were some just regular highway tires. And she's like, these are 100 each. And she grabbed some General Grabber ATs. And I thought I looked those tires up, and they were like 160 each. I wanted some BF Goodrich. I really wish I could afford the KOs, but I can't. But they did have their tires ended up getting, they're an all-terrain tire, I forget what they're called. But they had those for 118 each. But when she touched the Grabber ATs, which even looked more aggressive than the BF Goodriches, I was like, you know what? For 100 each, let's do that. That's $40 savings nearly. And she literally touched the tire. So said, okay, let's do it. Now, also another thing was the tires I had on the truck were 265 70 16s. These are factory, so. And I thought about going bigger, but she said since I have stock wheels, their corporate office will not allow them to put anything but the tires that would have come on the truck from the dealership, which meant 255 70 16s. So that's what I ended up getting. Well, I'm sitting there, and there was 2 people ahead of me, and about an hour in, a girl who was behind me got finished before the guy in front of me. Anyway, so I start looking. I see him finally pull my truck in. And I'm there nearly at 2 hours at this point. And I watch, and I see him grab a couple tires. And they grab a couple of highway train tires. So I go to the desk. I'm like, hey, that's not what she showed me. And he goes, well, that's what she rang up. And I went over and I said, this is the tire she showed me. She physically touched it. He goes, oh yeah, man, those are like $160 each. And I'm like, that's what she told me I was getting for $100. He's like, all right, we'll make it right. So he goes and he comes back in. We don't have those tires. And I'm like, well, let's go with the BF Goodrich's and do them at the right price. At the price I was quoted for the others. So they did take care of it, but it was still pretty frustrating because I was there over 2 hours for 2 tires. They open at 7. I got there at 7:20 this morning. So it was, nearly 10 o'clock when I got out. I was a little frustrated. But anyway, so I got that done, and this is actually much later in the day. I've done some other running around. Did not get everything done that I wanted to get done today. Did not make it to the pull apart. Tide plays. So, between getting held up longer at Walmart than I thought and a couple other errands I had to run, I didn't get everything done today, but I felt pretty good. I got that good little hike in, good little walk in the woods this morning. Saw some beautiful nature, some birds, great, sunrise I got to see. And now I'm going to just get ready to watch the game, because that's what I do on Saturdays. If nothing else, I make sure I watch the Tide roll. But thank y'all so much for watching in. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Going to try to do more like this. And y'all have a great weekend, and roll Tide.